Halloween Gambit is actually a very fun opening in which you don't just sacrifice a pawn, you sacrifice an entire knight. You do get a very attacking position. So the moves start out with e4, e5, and we have knight f3, knight c6, knight c3, and we have the 4 knights game after knight f6. And here's where you start the Halloween Gambit. You play knight takes e5. This looks like a weird move because you are essentially giving up a knight, and likely you will not get any material advantage back very soon, at least. And according to the computer, it is indeed losing. So when they play knight takes e5, which is what all players will do, it's the best move, only move that doesn't lose, then you go with d4, and it's also clear what black should do here. Because knight c6 here, that would run to d5, and both knights are getting chased around, and that's not even a good move. So the best move here is knight g6, and you push with e5, and believe it or not, this knight here has literally no move. It cannot move anywhere except g8, which is literally what black has to play. And then you'll get your bishop out. Then they play here, d5, which looks like it just blunders a pawn, but it's actually the best move in the position and the most popular move. Now, some players like to play en passant, but I think that's a bit too extravagant, and it just loses on the spot anyway. So instead, you want to go bishop takes d5, and the reason this is so good is because you play c6 and you kick out the bishop, and then you want to trade the bishops. Black is up material, and so they want to trade up material, which isn't like a bad thing. And here you want to make sure you don't actually take the bishop and you castle. Again, they can take your bishop, but you just take back. You have an open rook. You're up lots of material. Well, development, not material. You're down material. But in this position, you're down, according to the computer, it's like you're just down a pawn. But believe me, humans are humans. They're not computers. So most people will not play perfectly, and likely you will win. But I wouldn't play this in a classical game because I would play in a short time controls because this is just better. So, because if players think, they'll likely play the best moves. You don't want them to think. So that's why the Halloween Gambit can be so deadly. But in this position, if instead they take, they just play queen d7. You could play f4, which looks good, but it's not. You just want to play bishop e3. And this position is not horrible. Like, if you don't count the fact that black is, like, up a pawn, quotations marks around it. Because, it's not, like, completely losing, despite being down a complete knight. There's lots of attacking possibilities, and this knight is dead. Like, it can either move to the corner or it can move here. But if it moves here, what's it going to do? Move here? Like, you can control that square anyway with f4 in the future. You have a big, huge center. They're just up material. That's the only reason they're even, like, winning. Like, the computer thinks it's like 1.5 at right now, but they should be up 3 because they're up 3 points of material. But then we took the pawn, so they should be up 2 points. But they're not. They're up 1. So it's a very risky opening to play in long time controls. If you play in short time controls, you will no doubt win lots of games. So I would definitely recommend the Halloween Gambit. It's a fun opening, and you should definitely check it out.